I go to business plan competitions and events where entrepreneurs present a whole business plan in front of investors and VCs, and very often the investors have similar lines of comments, which is there's too many advertising-based models out there, and there's not enough ad dollars to support all those, so we should be thinking of other models that are not based on advertising. And so I started to think, well, what are those models? And how can we use them, and which ones work and which ones don't? And therefore, we had a genesis of this panel, who have seen probably hundreds, I imagine, amongst the panel, different business plans and different entrepreneurs with different ideas. And so hopefully they're going to be able to answer the question for us. If not advertising, then what else works? We have 5 entrepreneurs pitching. It's going to be about 5 to 7 minutes from the entrepreneur with slides and maybe demos of some sort. And then there's going to be some comments from the panel on those presentations.
Stephen is the CEO of Financial Summit Ventures, Inc., a mentoring and development firm for growing technology companies. Next, we have David Sherman. Can I pronounce your last name? David is president of Lawline.com and founder and CEO of TrueNYC.com. Next, we have Jay Levy. Jay is a founding principal of Zelkova Ventures, an early-stage venture capital firm. And last but not least, Martin Breslin. Martin is managing partner at The Hatchery and founder of Fiscal Corp. So welcome to our panelists, and I think we're ready to get started.
Hi everybody, my name is Joshua Rusak. I am co-founder of ResReview.com, previously a recruiter and also online marketing manager at AC Line previously. This is my coworker Garrett.
Hi, my name is Garrett Hall. I've worked at a couple of small businesses helping them grow around New York, largely in the tech, numbers, and biz dev side of things.
I was reading the Wall Street Journal a couple months ago, and I saw this article, Finding a Master Resume Writer. And I quote directly, "In today's tight market, the right resume can land you the right interview and job. But how do you write the right resume? Job title is one thing, but description for that job title, it has to be convincing enough to convince the HR hiring manager that you want that job and that you're right for that job. And even harder, how do you write a good job description for the job you want? You have to gear it towards that job. And titles, they're ambiguous. I mean, a sales individual at one company is completely different than a sales individual at another company. And the job description written by HR, let me tell you the truth, okay? 2 years in recruiting, that job description is nothing like what you're actually going to be doing on the job. So, where do you go? What's the dream? What if you could see the job description on that resume of the individual who had the job that you're applying for? So before he left, he gave you that job description. What would you do with that? That's the dream. That is exactly what we do. And in the tight market, if you had the right resume, compared to 50 other people you're up against, you might have a better job getting in that front door. So let me explain, we're not competing with resume writers. We're trying to make the job of writing a resume more efficient for whoever is writing that resume. So Wall Street Journal brings up the case study of Christopher Cicero. $500, 4 months for his resume from some resume writer, and he wasn't even happy. You pay the wrong resume writer, it wastes your time and money. But what if that resume writer had a better idea of how to write a resume? Or better yet, what if Cicero didn't have to spend $500 and could write it himself? That is what we're going for. We go ahead and we built a giant database of job resume experiences. Right below the title, that experience section, we made it searchable, and it's growing daily. So let's say Cicero, can you type this in? He's looking for a sales job at Google. So if he types in the company name Google and the job title sales, could you do that, please? Google.
Not enough coffee yet. What is it?
Sales, yes. Very ambiguous term, but he wants to get some ideas of what sales positions are in Google. You can search. And the first thing that comes up, he sees a list of them, and he sees, AdSense sales representative. I've done AdSense sales with my last company. Click on that example. That is the actual resume example of someone who did AdSense sales from 04 to 06 in Google. Now he's going to apply for the job, he knows what to write. HR manager is going to be like, whoa, this looks familiar. This is the kind of guy we want working here, when he didn't even realize that was someone working there. Well, thank you. But That's our business model. That's what we're built on, this concept. We're expanding with widgets. They hopefully will go viral, and that for us is lead capture. We're going to get names and tons of people using it. We're going to white label this, so Monster and Hot Jobs, instead of using our database, could use their own database and then use a product of their own ResRedo, to help people write their resumes. As for our business model and how we're going to make some big bucks off of this, I'm going to let Garrett take over.
Thanks. So basically, we're hoping to explore 4 different areas of actually monetizing this. One is advertising, which everyone's heard here is terrible. But we're hoping that generally you find that search engines, when people are in a hunt mode, they're more likely to click on the links. If we do the best we can, we're searching for this and a recruiter job pops up saying we have 5 positions available in Google right now, you're probably going to click the link. Secondary, we're going to white label, as Josh mentioned. This technology doesn't exist, but a lot of resume writers or recruiters might be interested in striking the ResRedo logo and presenting it just to present themselves kind of top of the biz. Most for, we're hoping a lot of B2B, but for B2C, we're thinking that we can take some functionality here, throw it into a monthly newsletter or even some kind of premium service. There's the possibility of partnering with other businesses around the arena that might be interested in getting into that. All right, and then really we're thinking bread and butter is probably going to be from lead capture, as Josh said. These recruiters, they're willing to spend a lot of money if they can find the right person. If we can get a percentage of that, we're thinking make some pretty good money.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Please, any questions? I know we're over. I just want to thank a few things. The Jelly Startup Group, we started as a result of it. I met an individual, Angel Leon. Jeffrey New is my lawyer. Without him, I wouldn't be here. Legally speaking, I wouldn't be here. And without Garrett, so just want to give